Hey guys, how's it going? It's Etanyos here. Welcome to episode number 10 of this NHL 24 Chicago Blackhawks franchise mode here on my channel. Today we are going to be getting into the 2026-27 off-season after coming off of a cup loss. So let's get into the comments because that is going to help direct this episode. First off, Braden Cream said, I enjoyed the video. It was nice to see my Rangers win the cup. So good on you, Braden. But yeah, that loss stung because we... Did we make it to Game 7? I think we were really close if we didn't. It might have been Game 6. No, it was Game 7. We lost in Game 7. So yeah, that one stung, but good on you, Braden. Glad you're a Rangers fan. Block 4760 said, good video as always. Keep uploading or else I will be bored. So that was 2 weeks ago. Apologies, Block, but yeah, I'm gonna be trying to be more consistent with my uploads here. Caleb Taylor said, what do you think you'll do if you get too many good prospects? Is there a max amount of elites you should get and then start drafting top 4s or top 6s? I ran into this issue a bit with too many good prospects but not enough ice time for all of them. Curious on what your thoughts are. So, honestly, Caleb, that's a great comment, great question. I don't entirely know what the limit should be on prospects and how many you should draft and how good or bad they should be, and if, top 6 guys are going to develop better in lower roles kind of thing. I really haven't actually played with and explored that. I've focused a lot on drafting as many good prospects as possible. I focused less on actually developing them, so that is a fabulous question. I would love to see if you actually explore that and find some kind of answer to it. I'm going to actually explore that more because that is a very interesting topic to me as far as can you develop top 6 defensemen into 82 overalls by the time they're like 24, 25, 26, somewhere in there. So yeah, we will definitely explore that because we are going to be getting worse draft picks from this video, from these episodes, because we just simply don't have as many high quality scouting reports simply because we've turned on auto scouting. Yes, the top of the draft is stacked, loaded. We know everybody that's going to be in there. It's cool to see, but at the same time, it's also more intriguing and interesting to see how much variation there is as we go further down in the draft. Honestly, there aren't a ton of players this year that I am like super focused on. There are some guys that look pretty good, as you can see in here, but we don't have a lot of fully 4-bar scouted guys like Nikolai Semenov here. So yeah, that's something we'll definitely explore as we continue further on into the draft here. So without too much further ado, let's simulate ahead, get to the off-season, the awards, everything else. I think we did the awards last episode, actually. But here's the lottery. Winnipeg is going to be winning the lottery this year, moving from 3 to 1. Arizona moves 6 to 2, and Philly falls from 1 to 3. So, interesting lottery there. This is actually a little concerning for us as Chicago because Winnipeg, Arizona, and Dallas are all in our division, and that means a franchise player is coming to Winnipeg. So yikes. That's pretty much all I got to say. It's just yikes. But yeah, as far as actual prospects and scouting goes here, not really a whole lot going on for guys that we got full bar reports on, which makes it a little bit trickier. But yeah, we'll figure it out as we go. Obviously, we're not going to land amazing picks at every single pick, but we'll see what we can actually do. I'm interested in this guy. Maybe not. Yeah. I'm pretty certain Pete Raymond is going to be a steal, especially since he's NHL ready, so that's probably one guy we could consider maybe trading up for. But as we get to retiring players this year, we are going to see Nicholas Backstrom, Blake Wheeler, Corey Perry, Brett Burns, Jeff Carter. Ooh, we lose Jeff Carter. That's one of our guys, actually, but he was okay. He put up 31 points. But, yeah, he's definitely reached the tail end of his career, but pretty solid retiree class here. If you guys want to take a quicker, slower look at it, feel free to pause, but those are your stats there. Best defenseman was Burns. Over 1,000 points as a D-man is very impressive. So, yeah, very solid retiree class here this year. So by the looks of it, Jeff Carter was the only Blackhawk that retired this year, which is good to see because that means Showtime Patty Kane is still sticking around for at least another year. Of course, when we were that close to winning a cup, why wouldn't you? We lose 2 Rockford Ice Hog coaches, and that is it. Okay, that's going to be a little difficult to replace, but we'll figure it out because our budget is pretty tight on our coaches. But I definitely want a scouting report on Pete Raymond. That's one of the few players I'm actually going to focus on here. But yeah, we know he's NHL ready. I just want to know his strengths and weaknesses a little bit more. Because, yeah, being able to kind of judge him a little bit better would definitely help our team. And yeah, let's go playstyle. And we know his readiness, so let's just go, yeah, playstyle. I would assume he's a playmaker at that size. And yeah, okay, he is a playmaker. So that wouldn't be a bad player to get, to maybe not necessarily put us alongside Bedard, but maybe somebody else. Okay, so maybe that'll actually help his scouting report a little bit. Maybe not. Yeah, it didn't really. Okay, well, that was pretty much the only guy I really wanted to scout. I guess we'll have to wait and see on everybody else because we are kind of running a little short on time for getting all these draft or for getting scouting reports in. And you know, that is what it is. That's what we signed up and agreed to by doing this style of scouting, but that's okay because it adds to the variety and the uncertainty of the game. So without further ado, let's get to the draft here. Just edit our block a little bit. I don't really feel like making a ton of trades this off season. I just don't think that's necessary considering our team went to the Cup Finals in back-to-back years, won one year, lost in Game 7 the next. Oh, and there we go. Celebrini has finally cracked franchise potential. That is sweet. Okay. So yeah, ooh, and puck on a string. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a whole lot of sense that he would get that X factor. So yeah, when you've got 100 and what did he have? 166 assists over 164 games. That is like, yeah, that's absurd. That is absurd numbers. Of course he's going to have stats like that. Ooh. Artyom Levshinov hits a high elite defensive ability. That is something special. So keep an eye on him. I know he's a Philly defender, but he might just turn out to be the best defender here in Chicago. And yeah, other guys are looking pretty good. Stewart's up to a 74, which is actually better than I was expecting for him. Henry Muse, of course, he did actually play in Rockford this year and was just lights out good with what he was able to do. But I want to see, I know we have Klein as a power forward here, but I want to see maybe if we can look to explore a trade here that sees like Klein and, I don't know, somebody else kind of come back. Or, sorry, Klein and somebody else go out in exchange for, Matty Luomala. The second round pick has turned out to be a low elite. That is sick. But yeah, we'll probably look to maybe trade some of these dud-looking prospects, guys that are like 59 rated at 20 years old kind of thing. Like maybe we'll look to trade one or two of those guys away in exchange to clear up some potential prospect spots for guys that are actually going to develop. So yeah, I expect to see that in this draft here, but you know, overall we're looking pretty good. I'm happy where we are. I just want one of our goalies to grow at this point. Who's it going to be? We don't know yet, but we'll figure it out. So yeah, all right, let's get to this draft. Should be a fun one. I do want to see if we can pick up Pete Raymond. He's going to be a little bit later on in the draft, but that's fine. I'm just wondering what approximate pick. Probably around 21 with Minnesota, 24 with Buffalo, and nobody else wants to trade their picks. And yeah, we're not trading with Colorado at 17. That's a little bit too far off. But 21 and 24 look pretty good. We could definitely do 24. All right, what's that going to take here? Buffalo Sabres. Let's just see what kind of trade package they're expecting for the 26th overall pick. Or sorry, 24th. 24th? Yeah, 24th overall pick. Can't be super high, is it? Ugh. Nazar, Vlasic, that's not great. Muse and Luomala, we can't do that. Vlasic and Binney's also not great. Vlasic and back. Ugh. These are horrible trades. Not in exchange for, like, Nazar and Vlasic are both on great contracts. We're not going to trade either of them. Muse and Luomala haven't even had a shot at the NHL yet, and they're going to be good, and we know that. Not doing Vinny Vlasic, not that, yeah, okay, you know what, screw it, we're just not gonna get Pete Raymond, we're just gonna go actually, well, let's see if we can trade our 31st overall pick maybe in that deal, in that package. I would be okay with that, because then at least it's somewhat fairer value, because they don't want their 24th overall pick, but they don't really want a first round pick either, so let's see if we could trade pick 31 maybe. We go 31 plus. I kind of want to go Nazarov, but he was also a second round pick. Maybe Jameson Reese? Maybe? I don't feel like trading Reesenin yet, because he's actually developed pretty nicely. But like a Howard Ortiz we could trade to get this done. Does it go? Probably not. It's probably not a matching deal at all, but you never know. It might work. Okay, thank you, Buffalo. All right, so with the first pick, the Winnipeg Jets get a franchise sniper there, and Jameson Moore. He looks pretty solid. Right-hand shot on the left wing, which is nice. And all right, let's see if we can swing. Actually, let's see where our picks are currently landing, because that is something I also need to kind of just focus in on here a little bit more. So we got 24, now we got 42, 127. Ooh, that's a big jump, 42 to 127. Okay, what are we gonna do there? I'm probably gonna trade for a couple picks in between there, so I'm just gonna figure out which team. Well, let's see. I'm just gonna start going through. You know, a second and a third from Anaheim could work. Try slapping those together. I'm okay with trading like later picks, so like maybe we hold on to like 223 to see the end of the draft kind of thing, but like, yeah, I'm okay getting rid of a bunch of these picks. Like, let's go those 3 picks, and then like, do you guys want Klein by any chance? Oh, they do. Okay, that could work. Anaheim would have too many skaters, which is fine by me, I guess. We could take on a really low value contract like Janelle. Yeah, okay, let's do this. I'm okay with this deal. Okay, so because Klein was a first-round pick, I'm going to try to throw a second-rounder in here, too, and see if Anaheim bites on that deal. I don't think they will, but you never know, because they are getting a pretty solid power forward here. And Klein's big, like 6'4", 215 as an 18th overall pick. He's developed fairly nicely, so yeah, let's see if we just do a bunch of pick swaps and like 2 players here, essentially. And that does go through. Beautiful trade. We will take that all day. Okay, and then yeah, Tanner Jeannot just had to go in that deal to solidify the roster spaces, so that works for me, and that means we've got a couple more picks in there, so we will go with that. I am just gonna peek in at the draft class here a little more, see if like any of these other kind of guys that are projecting to be good, whether they be kind of like 2-bar-ish kind of players. So yeah, like Avery Kelly, Tristan Myers, Mike Blugis, all of these guys. Okay, these guys are around the 100 range or so, give or take. We might be able to work with that. A couple guys later on here, like LaPointe and Doughty. LaPointe looks interesting. He's not a guaranteed 2-year ETA. I probably should have done more scouting on him. But we're definitely going to take Pete Raymond if we get the chance. And then, yeah, we should have some late round picks there. So we will make those work, I guess. Okay. Feel a little bit more comfortable with where we're at now, just with the amount of picks we have and where those picks fall. So yeah, we will get moving on that here in just a second. And yeah, like what we got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 picks. Okay, that's doable. Okay, I think I'm looking at the prospects that are on the board and kind of where I want to pick. And I'm thinking we're probably going to want one more pick here. And around the 100-ish range or so. So we've got pick 93. Also, Hulse and McGrath have been the other two picks at number 2 and 3 here so far. Both lefty, both medium elite, so very good picks there. But yeah, let's look at kind of like late 3rd round, because we're sitting in that 3rd round, like right near the end here. So Boston's got a few picks in there. Philly's got a few picks in there. Rangers, Jets. We could do 2 Dallas picks here, maybe. See what a Dallas trade would entail, even though I know they are in our own division, but they've got picks right around, 98, 99. I would love to get those 2 assets off of them. Shouldn't cost a lot. Yeah, Nazarov. I can do Nazarov for 2 early 4th round picks off of Dallas. Let's do that. I'm happy trading Nazarov for those picks. Reason being is I think we're going to land prospects at least as good as he's been up to this point. Fleischmann goes 4th. Let's see who goes 5th. And all right, Kessler goes 5th. No chance. Who's still on the board here then? Demers. Not a bad looking defenseman. He better not slip here. Yeah, okay. Good picks. Good pick, Seattle. Very good pick. That's what you want to get at pick 6. Nice. Could that potentially be Ryan Kessler's kid? But like potentially, you don't know. But all right, we're gonna sim over to pick 24 here, and hopefully Raymond's still on the board. That looks like it's gonna be the case, which is sweet. Ooh, Gunderson. Nice pick, Columbus. And yeah, like Sexton was good. Giftopoulos, Henry. There's a McGillrath and a McGrath in this draft. Interesting. Okay, so not any like super crazy picks. High 6, Lalime, or Lalime, however you say his name. But we're going to take Pete Raymond here because, again, NHL ready. He's more than likely going to be a low elite, and he is indeed 77 overall, so not bad at all. He is a little small, but we'll make it work with that potential in that pick. Nice. All right, so over to pick number, what are we at? 42 here. Okay. Who else went in the 1st round? Ooh, okay. This actually looks pretty good because there's another guy I saw in the draft here. Yeah, Cooper. That looks really good. 2-year ETA, potential sniper. Even though he didn't score a lot, I don't know why Luke Clancy's pinned. I think I meant to pin Nielsen and just missed. Yeah, okay. So yeah, we'll take Bobby Cooper here with this pick because why not? He's a gem, looks really good, and he's 68 rated at just 18 years old. That is a steal. Let's go. So yeah, it's 68 overall at 18, and he's got decent size. Like, Bobby Cooper looks like a beautiful pick. So we'll go over to pick number 61 now, and all right, let's see. Man was good. Tan was good. Starter in Hotterais, however you say his name. Any elites? Clancy was a low elite. Okay, well, I would not have predicted that. And okay, all right, looking pretty good up to this point. We could take Renus here. I'm gonna cop out of this and be a little scaredy cat and take the guaranteed right-wing elite sniper instead in Nikolai Semenov because we know he'll develop in 5 years. So 51 overall, not horrible for a later 2nd round pick, but gonna take some time for sure. So all right, we go over to pick number 93 now. Ooh, Doughty was good. Brandon Doughty, that's a great pick. Duclair was a really good goalie too. Man, oh man, some of these picks have been really good so far. Anybody else? Ooh, another one, Hagman. Yeah, Ramo Hagman, another very good pick. So I think there's only 3 picks after ours here at the end. Myers was indeed an elite goalie as well. Great pick by Detroit. And all right, now that we're down here, I think we absolutely need to go with Emil Haller, but then we have more picks after, so we can either go with like Verdino or Lapointe or Scrivens, or I kind of want to take this Voinov guy because he looks pretty interesting with the potential X factors there. But yeah, let's start off by taking Haller because he's a slam dunk pick, no doubt about him. And he's 58 rated as a high starter, so you never know. He might just end up popping off and becoming our actual goalie in the future. You just never know. So we'll send 5 picks here. And in those 5 picks, let's see who else got picked. It didn't look like the first guy was too good. These other 2 or 3 here weren't actually very good either. I'm glad we didn't take Festerani because that could have been bad. But now at this point, do we go for Dino? Do we go Brookbank? Brookbank, is he a guaranteed 3? No, he's not guaranteed 3-year. If he was guaranteed 3-year, I'd be like, yes, let's take him. Okay, so we're going to do Voinov with pick 99. But I think I'm going to take the swing at Verdino here because we haven't got any right D-men yet. Yeah, at the very worst, he's got good size and playing ability, and he's okay. He's a medium top 6, so 57 overall. Not a horrible player, but yeah, probably could have been a little bit better there. So for the next pick, like I said, we're going to take Voinov because he's a 2-bar medium elite defenseman and potentially has X factors too. So how good is he? Let's go. He is medium elite, 48 overall at that, but still medium elite with a 99th overall pick. That is not a bad pick at all. All right, and we'll go over to 120. What do you have? 127? Yeah. Ooh, medium elite and Bonnier there. It's always Ali Bonnier. Grenier was a good goalie there. One of those double goalies, can play both goalie styles. Ted Fenton was actually pretty sick too. Man, nice picks, but I'm pretty happy with Ivan Voinov. That's actually an awesome pick for us. So next up, could go with Sheldon Myers, could go with Timo Piernas, could go with... I kind of want to go with another forward just because we have a lot of defensemen already, but who are we going with? We could do Drieger. He could be alright. I'm kind of interested in this Erzberg guy because we don't have a lot of picks after this one. And we're not going to get Erzberg at... Yeah, I'm going to go with Erzberg. I have a good feeling about him. And he's top 6. Okay, that's not bad for a 19-year-old. He's only 55 rated, but, we'll take it. All right, and now we get to sim way the heck over to pick number 223, see how the next 3 rounds of drafting goes, pretty much. And I didn't have a good feeling about a lot of this draft later on because we just didn't have a lot of scouting further on, so... Yeah, let's see how some of these other guys turned out here. Yeah, I think I was right. Yeah, no, nobody in this range looked super amazing. Looks like Piernas was top 6. Bitts was actually 71 overall, so that's a really high overall, but not a great potential. Who else did we look at? This is a horrible couple rounds of drafting. Okay, well, leave it to the AI teams to just miss on every single pick, pretty much. Like, I don't think I saw a single elite or top 4 guy in there. There's like a couple of low top 6 kind of guys like Rainier Holzer, but not a very good kind of end of the draft here. That's too bad because like sometimes it can be really good. Okay, so with this last pick here at 223, we could potentially take Toby Duffy, who actually looks pretty sick. We could also take Oscar Gunnarsson. I think we're gonna go with Duffy, just simply because he's got a ton of X factors potentially. And, 17 points, definitely an improvement from last year. Was there any better improvements? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, okay. We'll take Toby Duffy here. And at pick 223, he is a medium bottom 6. Not even close to what his potential is showing. That's okay. He's our 7th round pick. So yeah, I think it's safe to say Duffy didn't really turn out there, but apart from that, we did okay with this draft at least. Like, we got Raymond, we got Cooper, we got Semenov, so 3 very good wingers right off the bat. And then, as you can see on the screen, we got Haller. Verdino is, okay. We'll see if his development actually progresses or not. Voinov is a steal. Erzberg is probably going to be okay. He at least looks good. And then Duffy is a write-off, but that's okay. So that is it for this draft. We're going to see Salmonen be the last pick there, and I'm quite happy with our pick range that we got. The fact that we managed to get Raymond is actually really good. And then Cooper at 42 is just a great pick as well. So yeah, we got some pretty solid wingers in this draft. So I'm happy with how that turned out. All right. So yes, you guys can see behind me, I do have a Gretzky jersey hanging on my chair right now. That was a birthday gift I got recently that I'm super excited about. So can't wait to maybe wear it to an Oilers game. We'll see if that happens or not, because again, the Oilers are definitely going to make the playoffs this year in real life. But all right, we're into the offseason now, meaning we're not sellers. That is completely inaccurate, but we have a Quinton Byfield extension coming up, which is going to be a good little chunk of change. Matthias Ekholm, we'll see how much he costs. Patty Kane's a little bit on the pricey side at $8 million there, but he has been a consistent contributing scorer. Oliver Moore, fabulous contract. Frank Nazar, fabulous contract. And then, yeah, we got a bunch of other expiries down in the system that those guys' roles are just going to get filled by other prospects that are, guys like Luomala and Parashek and, guys that have potential to fill those roles. So, yeah, that's what we're currently looking at. We're going to have some change to spend. Not a ton of it, but a bit. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with where that draft kind of took us, where we ended up, and yeah, it was a good draft for sure. All right, so with that being said, let's see. Oh wow, that is a big amount of scouts that we gotta re-sign here. It's okay, because with this many scouts, we're actually pulling off half-decent drafts still, considering that our team is doing all auto scouting now, which is a lot easier on me. So, yeah, I think with this upcoming season, you guys have really been commenting a lot that you want to see commentary games in this series, which I'm all for. We can totally make that work. I've had some fun with this team. It's been like this team has done really well so far as winning and then making it to the cup finals and losing in the cup finals. Like that is all good with me. We have done just fine there, and I've got to play some of it, which is something I wanted to do with this series, but at the same time I don't mind kind of taking a step back from it, doing more just commentary now, seeing if Bedard and this group can continue to win without me controlling the whole team and just controlling the lines as the coach and manager, essentially. So we got a Quinton Byfield extension here. This is going to be a big deal, because if we get him signed up for 8 years, that means he plays till he's 32, and then we're just cruising with our team's success. So I got to pull up a calculator here quickly, because Byfield is going to be pricey. Okay, at $8.125 million, Quinton Byfield is looking for a what should be a $6.9 million extension. I'm not going to go below what his asking price was of $7.225. We're going to go $7.25 million, which I know we could be saving money, but it's Quinton Byfield. He's a power forward in our top 6. We're going to sign him to this contract if he will be so gracious as to accept a lower pay like that. Apart from that, Matty Luomala absolutely getting a contract this year. I think that's going to be Jamie Benn. Oh my goodness. Hello, Nigel. Are you craving attention or what? Come here. I think Jamie Benn's spot, as I was saying before I was so cutely interrupted here by Nigel, I think Jamie Benn's spot will be occupied by Matty Luomala this upcoming year, because that is just something that needs to be done. I don't know if you guys can actually... You guys can't even see Nigel right now. Well, let's get him in the shot here. Hi. He's a happy cat. or not. He's very happy. So, anyways, with that all being said, we've extended Byfield to hopefully a $7.25 million 8-year extension, which would be great. And from there on, because that was kind of the big one, let's just go position by position and see what roles need to be filled versus which players are good to just kind of sit back and chill out here. So let's start with the goalies, because right now we are going to be throwing one of these guys to the Wolves. Whoever grows more, essentially, between Lars Backer and Emil Vinny is going to get the backup role behind Drew Comesso for this upcoming season. So that's going to just simply be how it is. We're going to sign Koleshnik to a 3-year deal. Nigel's on my chair now, or arm of my chair. You doing okay? So yeah, we'll do that, and then we will clear up. Oh my. What is your tail doing? You are crazy. No. We're not going to go on Dad's desk because we know you like to jump on my computer and turn off the power button. So we're going to release David Riddick because he's 34. And, he was actually pretty good. We made a little trade for him there, but I don't think... actually, maybe we won't release him because then that means... Yeah, we'll see. I don't know exactly what we're going to do with goaltending here. Okay, so as we continue on here with the goaltending, I think, we are going to walk David Riddick more than likely. On defense, maybe we go one more year of Matthias Ekholm. I think that'll be fine. $4.9 million. He's 37. He's probably going to drop in rating, but Nigel is knocking he's knocking a box all over the floor. This cat is such a disturbance, but he's so freaking cute that it doesn't matter. Ow, ow, ow. Don't claw me, please. You're being a turkey. Yeah. Onto your chair. Yeah. Okay, so anyways, we'll sign Matthias Ekholm up to keep our defense kind of going here. While Nikita Zadorov is huge and played a decent role for our team this last year, I just don't see the need to keep him around. So we will walk him more than likely. We are going to sign Stamkos and Kaiser back up to further contracts because they are Chicago draft picks, so we have a little more bias to keeping them. And then Berglund, honestly, I think we're going to walk Par Berglund here because he's 56 rated, even though he's medium elite. He's just going to be one of those guys that just obviously is not good enough. So that one's a tough one, but we will do that. Hey, are you going up? So yeah, that Berglund one's a bit tough because it's, he's a good potential looking pick. Second rounder at that, and just never really turned out, unfortunately. So that happens from time to time. But there's nothing we can really do about it. So yeah, okay. I think that's pretty much it for defense for now. If we have extra money, then maybe we'll extend Zadorov, but we'll have to see what happens there. On the right wing, remember the right wing, or the center position, really kind of feeds out into the rest of our team here because we have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 centers, right? We have 8 centers that are NHL caliber. We have 2 to 3 left wingers that are NHL caliber, and definitely 3 right wingers that are NHL caliber at this point. So yeah, with that all being said, it really just comes down to more of a numbers game for the rest of the system. So we'll sign Mackenzie Entwistle for a season. He's an Arizona pick, but he's not a bad player. We'll go with Reese Johnson too, because he's going to be cheap. And that's pretty much it for the wing there. We're going to walk Joel Armia, or Yoel, however you say his name. And then, this is where it gets tough because, we're going to be signing Jamie Benn, even though he played very little. We'll sign him to a $1.7 million deal for this upcoming year. Dennis Gurianov, I guess we can sign. I do 1 year at, again, $1.8 million or so. Tanner Jeannot, we could probably put in the team too. I'm really hoping Colton Dock takes a step this year and kind of solidifies himself as an NHL player. Gavin Hayes will sign. Evander Kane does not want to sign, so we're just going to release him in exchange to clear up Reasonen. And alright, that'll work. Marcel is probably going to get walked for roster space. As much as I want to keep him around, he's 66 rated. We're going to walk him. So, alright, as far as centers go here now, I think we're honestly almost peachy anyways on centers. I just think that honestly we probably have enough centers as we are, but because we got one, two, three. Now we got 3 centers, so we'll probably sign Savoy up to another year. I would like to get Cole Goodman as well, but let's just advance a day, see if these contracts get signed or not. Please tell me Quinton Byfield re-signed. And nope. Okay, so we're gonna have to pay him more than $7.25 million, but honestly, it's not even that horrible. So yeah, with all of these guys in their spots, we have exactly 50 players. So alright, we will snag Quinton Byfield here for, let's see if we can get him for 7.5, because 7.5 would still be a great deal. It's a little more than I wanted to pay, but yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna go with Savoy and Ludwinski as re-signing, and then potentially Zadorov as well. So, did we get Byfield? I'm gonna say no. Yeah, no, we didn't. Okay, so we're gonna probably have to pay out almost $8 million, simply because he actually had a career year last year with his 60 points. But yeah, no, he is gonna be good. We know that. I guess we will go 7.75 and take another swing at it. Does it go? It does. Beautiful. All right, so that Byfield deal's done. We still have $14 million to spend. And with that being said, I think we are going to re-sign Nikita Zadorov for 1 year, even though he's probably going to be the odd man out, because Muse is going to be a 6th D. Yeah, okay, that's what we're going to do. So he's very likely going to be our 7th D man. We'll go 1 year at $3.2 million. Hopefully sign him for that. Beautiful. All right, and then we have contract extension money here for guys like Levshinov, or Leshinov, however you say his name. Definitely for probably Patty Kane for another year after this one, if he doesn't call it quits. And then, yeah, Cody Blake's going to be the big one. No doubt about that. So, yeah. Yeah, this will be fun. This will be fun. All right, so let's continue on here quickly. A couple guys are going to walk. We will hit free agency here, and we are going to need to sign some new AHL coaches. So yeah, we'll see what we can do with that. Oh, that was not great for the block. Okay. But yeah, first things first, let's go to hire staff. We'll get some AHL assistant coaches, preferably. Actually, we lost a generalist and a goalie coach. That's not actually that horrible. Those are definitely hireable positions. All right, so we're going to go with Volstech Schlager here, or Schlager, however you say his name, as an AHL goalie coach for a good chunk of change. And then as far as another assistant goes, we're going to look for a generalist, potentially, if it'll let us. And we just kind of want a well-balanced coach here, like C's and D's mainly. With Dominic Turnga. And hopefully sign him to that role, and then our coaching staff will be complete. So that is hopefully going to be the case for this upcoming season. And let's go explore actual free agency, because we've got options here. We got a few open spaces, a few guys that could be really good. Of course, Par Berglund's going to be walking for sure. I do just wonder who Columbus is going to go sign him. Good for them. If he develops, then cool. We missed out, but really, I did not think we were missing out on too much there. So, yeah. We could try to get like a John Gibson, but I'm not signing a 33-year-old to 4 years. This might be fun. That might be fun. You want another cup, Sid? You want to coach the next generational player into becoming the best version of himself, essentially? We'll pay you $9 million to do it for one season. That would be great. I could totally see this happening in real life, too, eventually. Crosby being like, yep, okay, time to mentor. I'm going to pull the Yager move and just jump around the league for one-year deals. Get paid way more money than I probably should be for those deals. And mentor some of the best young players into becoming superstars. So that's what we're going with. We're doing the Crosby signing. It's going to be a big chunk of change at $11 million, but that is what it takes sometimes. So, or sorry, was it 11 million? Or did we just offer him 9? I think we just offered him 9. I might be wrong, but yeah, just having a moment here. So, anyways, for the upcoming season, we have quite a few guys that are going to be big contracts to sign, because otherwise, yeah, that might not go so well. Let's get the background up a little bit there. That looks better. Okay, so honestly, not even as bad as I was expecting here for Cody Blake. I know he hasn't put up a point per game season yet, but he's been right there. So, 9.975 should be an $8.475 million contract. If we go 9.1, call it quits. I'm happy. I'm good with that. So, let's offer that one, see if he takes it or not. And I would hope he would, because we have bumped up his money a little bit, but we'll see. Next up, we're going to do Artyom Levshinov. Shoot, that's the big one I was worried about. He's not a 12, well, he might be. He might become a $12 million defenseman. We will have to wait and see, but at the same time, what is he? He's 16.1? Like, come on. You're telling me he's going to be a $13.7 million defenseman? Seriously? Artyom Levshinov is going to be a $13.71 million defenseman? He's only scored 83 points in 164 games. That's absurd. He's good. Is he that good? I don't think so. but his puck skills are through the roof, so I have to assume he's going to develop more. He's going to be like 88, 89 rated. I might have to bite the bullet on this one, but let's see. Albolin's going to be real cheap, so we could probably afford it. I'm just going to look, before we finish off with all the expired, I'm just going to look another year out and see who else do we have. At that point, it's just Henry Muse and... yeah, okay. We can make the Levshinov deal work. He's going to be the highest paid player on our team, which is absurd because he's not the best player on our team. But if he locks down that entire back end when we already have Korchinski locked up at 6.4, I guess we can make it work. So, all right, let's bite the bullet here. $13 million defenseman. That's so obscene. Big extension for a semi-big defenseman, if you want to call him that. Okay, so for 8 years at par, Albolin, with that $5.075 million price point, we're looking at $4.35 million. Doable. And then the other extension we're going to throw out here is a Patty Kane deal. Shouldn't be too much. I actually don't know. With Patty Kane, we might not be able to afford him, actually, based on the other deals we've done. It's because of the $13 million Levshinov deal. But as long as everything else clicks here, then we're going to be fine. But yeah, we're waiting on that Crosby deal. We don't get Turnka. That's frustrating. We do get Schlager. All right, that works. And then do we get Crosby? I guess we'll never know. I mean, we're going to get him right here. Yeah, obviously we get him for $9 million. We get Par Albolin for $4.35 million. That's awesome. And I think Cody Blake and Artyom Levshinov are going to be either signing here right away or telling us to go die in a hole. So, all right. I would love a goalie coach with A+ abilities here. Roman Havlat, please sign that deal. Because we could really use the goalie growth down in the system. All right, we'll advance one more day, and boom, we get Cody Blake, and boom, we get Artyom Levshinov. This team is locked and loaded. We are ready to go. All right, and our AHL goalie coach is already... Sorry, what? Why did an AHL assistant coach... This game does not make sense, man. Why did you send my AHL assistant coach into the goalie spot? Schlager is the... That's so just annoying. Don't fire him, please. That was just so annoyingly frustrating for no reason. But, you know, cool, whatever. We'll deal with it because... And now look at that. All these other teams are like, ooh, let's sign this guy instead. We're not going to have a chance now, are we? I'm going to throw Carell Brendel, the maximum contract we can as well, because otherwise we're not going to get a goalie coach. So, with regards to that, let's advance a couple more days and go from there, I guess. And, alright, Roman Havlat does indeed sign. Beautiful. Alright, and that means we are good to go to the next season. I will see you guys there when we're setting up the lineup. Ooh, that's a big trade. Okay. Askarov for Holtz. That's something. Okay. I mean, Nashville gets a good sniper and New Jersey gets a goalie. That's a very nicely balanced trade, I would say. Ooh, Liam Ogren for that wouldn't have been a bad deal, but we're just going to hold off on that. We could get a second for Zadorov on a 1-year deal. Really? I'm seriously thinking about taking this Zadorov trade. I know we're probably going to have injuries with the defense because I'm going to take a trade like this, but then it lets a guy like Isaac Phillips play or somebody like that. So I think we are going to do a Florida trade here, send Zadorov there, and get a second-round pick in exchange. Ooh, and we see another trade here as Philly and Columbus swap players, and Philly sends a couple picks the other way. Philly gets a couple picks, and they send Owen Tippett to Columbus, so that's another decent trade. Alright, so for the upcoming season, we've sold about 98% of our season tickets. Beautiful way to go. And, alright, we should be at the next season here, so let's see what our goals are looking like. Make round 1 of the playoffs, right? As a buyer, we're going to try to make round 1. That makes sense. Win our home opener, obviously. Increase chemistry. Yeah, okay. Alright, guys, so I do believe the team is ready to go here. I'm just looking through the jersey numbers quickly, but I will show you the team quickly. Then we will actually... I need to make one roster move first, but it should be Parashag coming up. Like, absolutely it should be. But instead of that, what's going to be happening is Parashag's we're just going to let him cook for another year in the minors, even though he's pretty obviously good enough to play in the NHL. We're going to let him cook for 1 year, and what we're going to do is we're going to bring up Isaac Phillips here. And by doing that, it's then going to allow a little bit more flexibility with our roster, at least. And then Isaac Phillips' spot should get filled by none other than... Wow, our defense is kind of horrendous. Okay, at least we can go like that. Yeah, okay. That'll work. That's much better. Yeah, okay. Holy moly, I didn't actually realize how bad our team in the minors was looking for a minute there. So let's see, where does Jacko fit? Yeah, that's cool. Just don't go up and down. He's third, fourth, so yeah, we'll put him on the third line. He should be fine there. Best potential centerman here, probably still Jameson Reese. Alright, well, we'll see if that zero chemistry line in the minors there can get something going. That would be cool to see. Emil Vinny's 79 rated, so he should be just fine. And here's our NHL lineup. So, yeah, it is... this might be the deepest team I've built, which could be a problem because it means that they might not do as well as I was hoping. But yeah, we got Matty Luomela has turned out to be really good, and we got two fairly fast guys on either side there of Sidney Crosby, a 7th and a 35th overall pick. And then Frank Nazar looking pretty solid here. He had a decent season last year, 33 points. Not quite as good as his rookie year, but that's okay. And then Oliver Moore is going to be playing second line center. He had 38 last year, which was very solid as well. And then Phil Kurashev, who had just a monster year last year. And we got Lucas Reichel, Quinton Byfield, and Patrick Kane as our very, very solid second line. I'm interested to see how that line performs. And then I am tempted. I'm very tempted to put either Kurashev. Yeah, we'd probably go Kurashev at center. And then, like, what I want to do is go, as much as I want to run the full franchise line, go Blake, Bedard, Celebrini, because I think they would just outscore the entire rest of the league. I'm worried one of them's going to get injured. So let me know in the comments, guys. Do we run the triple franchise line, the Blake, Bedard, Celebrini line, or do we put Byfield in the middle on the first line? Because then that gives some size, some strength up the middle. And then go like Kurashev, Blake, and Kane line on the second, because that could work too. Like that could very easily work if we went like that. Like that's still a very solid lineup too. Actually, you know what, we'd probably leave it as is. Oh, we get +4 though if we have Bedard on the right wing. So yeah, let me know, guys, because I don't entirely know what I want to do with this. I think we're gonna leave it like this for now, as far as Blake, Bedard, Celebrini. We can even go, Celebrini's probably got the better face-offs, yeah. And he's a little bit bigger. Is he heavier? Yeah, just ever so slightly. So that's what we're going to leave it with for now, but you guys got to let me know if I change that up. I mean, I guess we'll see once we start simulating through the season. Here's the defense. It's the only way I could get chemistry was by putting Vlasic on the second pairing with a left shot, Kevin Korchinski. If I switch it up any other way, it just doesn't work as well. But the Brooks, Levshinov, I know it's 2 righties and 2 lefties. I've played with it every single way I can, and it just doesn't seem to work. We got Henry Muse and Matthias Ekholm as the bottom pairing, so hopefully Muse will gain some knowledge and wisdom of how to defend from Matthias Ekholm, have the like Evan Bouchard effect there that Ekholm had on Bouchard, obviously. Kevin Korchinski and Alex Vlasic, fairly young pairing, again, average age about 24 and a half, 25. They're going to be good, and then Brooks and Levshinov together are both drafted in 2024, so they're 21-year-old top pairing defensemen. But yeah, and then we got Comesso and Lars Backer in net, so those guys are going to be solid. I brought Phillips up to just give us that extra little bit of depth that we will need. As far as power plays go here, you guys feel free to pause. I'm just going to kind of spam through these. Some of them aren't great, others are +5. But yeah, that's the power plays. They're looking pretty. Our top unit's going to be amazing. As far as penalty kills go, the 0's actually pretty solid. I'm surprised we get 0's at all because this team is not very defensively minded by any means. So yeah, that is the PK. It doesn't look great. As far as the 4-man unit goes, I'm actually going to put Celebrini in with Bedard because I know those two guys are just going to perform like crazy. And then we're going to go Byfield and Blake because that just makes more sense to me to have a sniper and a power forward than a playmaker and a sniper rather than 2 snipers together. I did do a Kane and Crosby because I thought that would be really cool for all of you kind of 2000s hockey fans that watch my channel that kind of grew up or were at least alive and paying attention to hockey when that era of hockey was going on with Sid and Kane and all those other amazing players. I thought it'd be really cool to put those two guys together. 3-on-3 wise, we're going to do pretty much the same thing here that we have been doing with the lines. I just had Reichel in there for 3-on-3 instead because I think he won't get bodied quite as much as Sid might. And then for extra attackers, we got Bedard and Byfield right now. If we put Byfield up on the top line, if you guys decide to go with that, then what we'll do is we'll put Blake as the extra attacker because then it balances out. And that is your shootout lineup currently. Of course, Levshinov's not in there, but that's okay because he'd be the next guy up more than likely. And yeah, the only weak spot is our goaltending again. I'm just waiting for it to grow at this point, and I don't entirely understand why it hasn't, because if you look at our NHL goalie coach here, yeah, he's not great overall, but he has A+ teaching, meaning that A, teaching specialties should help them grow. But they haven't grown yet, and I don't know why. So, yeah, anyways, that's the struggle here in Chicago. But, yeah, let me know in the comments below, guys. I'm going to have that pinned down there. Let me know what we should do, but that is going to be it for me for this episode. Next episode, we'll get to the season sim, of course. Take a look at the draft at Mario Deigel and everybody else in here that looks pretty decent. should be a fun draft coming up, even though there aren't going to be any super crazy good goalies. But yeah, that is going to be it for this one. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to show your support with a like, subscription, and notification bell so you never miss when I upload. And the likes really, really help out the YouTube algorithm. But that is going to be it for me. This is Etanyos signing out, and until next time.